Will Miller with Mill Miller Photos. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Donnie.
Yeah, I'm excited to chat with you. We've gone back and forth about, scheduling this podcast for what was it, a year or something like that, close to a year.
I've been probably difficult to schedule, and I appreciate your patience. You
You're
stuck
not
with
the
me though, Donnie. You
I,
kept asking
you
every
got
couple months,
to.
"Hey, Will, what's going on?" And
Yeah.
finally, here we are.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. Everything happens for a reason, and we're here for today. And I'm excited to, like I said, to chat with you and learn more about your story. So let's start with photography and like why photography? How did you get into that?
So I've always enjoyed creative outlets. I've always owned a camera, and I had kids 8 years ago. I had my first daughter, and there was kind of this culmination of hobbies that I could see sort of ending with my time and my commitments and things, and then always wanting to run a business. And so I invested in a really nice camera, started taking pictures of my daughter, and then from there started using that as a tool to build a business. And so it's kind of been a slow path getting to where we are right now, and really trying to make it flourish. But that's kind of how it got started. It was a need
Mm-hmm.
for creativity,
Mm-hmm.
for something that has some technical aspect to it that I enjoy, and then also being able to do business and be of service to people that I really
Mm-hmm.
enjoy.
Yeah. And so you started you started with you just taking photos for your family just for as a hobby and stuff. When did you start um like making money and being hired to for photography?
So I had been taking photos for family, and then I had taken some at work. I kind of had a really cool PR job for a corporation, and I was taking photos there, and I had someone approach me and say like, "Hey, we really we've been kind of following you. Like, can you photograph our wedding?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes,
A
that would be so
wedding,
much fun.
yeah.
A wedding, right? Like a wedding." And now I'm obviously the prices are different. I think I've made a sweetheart of an offer, as they say. But I said, "Oh man," and I felt it gave me that confidence that, hey. And then I had another couple that said, "Hey, we really like your photos. We see them on social media of your family. We want you to take great photos of our family." And I said, "Okay, absolutely." And that is they are one of my longest running clients who have
Mm,
booked me every single year. They come around the fall. That's when I get a lot of family photos going on, and they come back every single year. And I always give them a great price because they're my oldest and most dear clients.
yeah.
But that's when it started, and that kind of gave me some confidence. And then started getting into the marketing piece and doing business and selling. And again, the rest it's been slow to grow, but now we're kind of starting to boom a little bit.
Hmm. What is and so you just do like family portraits or and like wedding photography? You still do wedding photography or just kind of family?
So I do weddings, but I'm a little picky about clients, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be the cheapest, but I am trying to give them a great experience and charge a fair amount. So I will
Hmm.
take weddings, but I do kind of vet those clients a little bit. Do a lot of families. I do corporate and headshots and things like that. I really enjoy that, having worked in corporate and understanding the branding and the marketing,
Hmm.
trying to help people look a certain way and meet that branding guideline. I do enjoy that. And I'll take on other gigs here and there, a little bit of real estate, right? A lot of people specialize in that, and it's not
Yeah.
my main focus. But for a friend who needs it done,
Hmm.
I'll take on. I don't like to turn down money,
Yeah.
when they're handing it to me. So who would? So
Yeah.
yeah, families, corporate branding, and a little bit of real estate.
Yeah. Which one do you enjoy the most?
So I really enjoy family sessions
Yeah.
for a couple of reasons. Typically, what I've learned is that like people want family photos. They know they're supposed to do it like that. They just go, "We got to update our photos," but they don't necessarily know what they want to do with them, right? Some people want, "Just give me all the digital files." Some people go, "I think I want to print some." And so that's where I've really enjoyed the service part of the business, where someone comes to me and they go, "Man, we haven't done family photos in 5 years." And I go, "Well, let's think about what you want to do with them. I see you got these great pictures on your wall here, Donnie. We need to put up some, let's make a display of your family so that you can feel happy every time you walk in your house and go, 'Man, I really loved that
Hmm.
moment. I love these people.'" And so trying to turn it into not just a transaction, but a relationship, I've really enjoyed doing that.
Hmm.
Weddings are fun. Weddings are a big, long day of interacting, and I get to build a relationship with the couple there too, but I haven't quite gotten to where I can provide that level of service to those couples yet. But the family piece right now, I build a relationship, and then we see each other every year. We stay in contact, and so I really
Hmm.
enjoy that right now.
Hmm. So is that is that something that just like came naturally to you, like the relationship, the connection? It seems like you just enjoy people and like the creativity side of it, but um, some I feel like some business owners and some people, it's more of just like it's just transaction and move on, and if they come back, great, but if not, no big deal. But what was the relationship like? Where did that come from?
So I have always been a very people person.
Yeah,
I do enjoy being the life of the party, right? So when I've got a family on the beach and I'm there, look at me and let's talk and let's have fun. I'm kind of directing chaos. I really do enjoy that, and they usually enjoy it too. They walk away like, yeah, that was fun. We kind of thought we were gonna it might be a little bit tough, or I didn't want to smile, but we had fun, and maybe I brought them closer as a family, and it's like free therapy, but I don't charge extra for that. So that relationship though, I really do love relationship building. Again, had a really cool corporate job, did a lot of presenting and building relationships with clients and the community and volunteer coordination and helping people feel equity in what they were doing so that they would have a better overall relationship with a company or with a nonprofit. And I just really loved good vibes, right? So that's where I'm at. That's where it comes from. And then if we can do business in the middle of that, that's great. And that's an awesome trade-off for everybody. Everybody wins then, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's a big piece of being a business owner and just being able to create that experience, right? Because that's what keeps people coming back, I think.
Right.
What do you enjoy about the business side of it? Like, have you always wanted to be a business owner?
I have. I went to the University of Central Florida. I've got my night socks on today, and I always wanted to. I kind of went into that going, I'm going to start a business right out of college. It was car audio at the time. It was something I was passionate about. It was technical. There was art. It was loud. It was fun. Attention. I like attention. I'm just not going to lie. It's something I own and know about myself. The thirst is real, and it's okay, right? You can make that work for yourself.
Right.
Know thyself, as they say. And so I got into college and then took all these courses and was like, oh man, I don't know if this is sustainable right out of college. There's gonna be a lot of overhead. And so, had that in the back of my mind that I could be my own boss one day. But then I got a really cool job with this, corporate business. I was doing door-to-door sales. I got to travel. I got to do all this cool stuff and grew there. But always in the back of my mind, I was like, you could make money. You could be your own boss. There's all these different ways to do it. And so again, with this, at one time I wanted to own a paintball field. I really like paintball, still do. It's a fun sport. And this field had gone up for sale. I was like, man, we could get a loan. We could go take that over. And it did not work out. It ended up being, there was some deal with the property that it wouldn't have been a good deal.
Okay.
And so I was like, that happened for a reason. That's okay. Love working on little dirt bikes and things like that. Maybe I want to be a mechanic. Maybe that didn't work out either. And so this is working out right now. Owning my own business, being my own boss with all of the ups and downs that come with it. With, you know what, if we don't work really hard this week, then we're not going to make any money this week.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So what did you go to school for? What did you get your degree in?
Business. And at the time there was, it was not a minor, but it was a tract in entrepreneurship at UCF. And so I took some venture capital finance classes and accounting and HR, and those things did serve me well, again, in corporate and just in general. The experience for me at UCF, becoming more open-minded and understanding other people and where they were coming from was all so valuable. And those things I do still carry with me today.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I have a degree in biology, right? So clearly I didn't use much of that, but the experience of getting the degree, like going through that process, I've learned so much.
Setting goals, achieving them,
hard work
and getting there.
Yeah. What do you enjoy? What do you enjoy about being your own boss and running your own business?
So, there's the joke. It's like a meme. I didn't want to work for a big company, so now I work for myself 24/7 for 100 other people.
Yeah,
right. So yeah. But there's flexibility. There is that sense of pride and accomplishment when you sign that deal. They shake your hand, they sign the contract, and you've given them what they want. Everybody walks away happy. That's something I didn't get at the old job all the time. So that is something that's very special to me, is that I can be of service. They get what they want. I get paid, and the amount, right? The amount can go up and down based on our relationship and our interaction. And sometimes, you get a big payday, and it's like, man, I did a really good job. Right. And it relates to the level of service that you provide. And so that feels really good. Just working with people and providing that customer satisfaction.
Yeah. So always going back to the people. Right?
It's all about the people.
Right.
It is for me. Yeah, probably too much. I think I did a Strengths Finders, the Gallup 2.0, Strengths Finders 2.0.
What's your
and
top
it was like
one?
woo, positivity, strategy, maximizer. It's all people.
Yeah.
And no, I have a hard time getting things done sometimes. Again, know thyself. So I have to have my wife who is very like, let's hit our checklists and our checkpoints and make sure that we're on time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everything's going to be fine.
It'll
We
work
can just
out.
tap dance through it. It'll be fine. And so that's where she and I, we match up sometimes. And sometimes she's like, stop talking to strangers. I'm like, it's okay. They could be my next client.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Yeah. That's funny. I did the Strength Finders. Like my top one, it's, what is it? It's like people pleaser. That's not the word that they use, but it's kind of like along those lines, right? You're just flexible and like what other people are wanting to do and willing to do and that sort of stuff. Right. So you have to, I think part of that is just being aware of those traits, right?
Yes.
And just working with them, right?
Yes.
They're not like, no, they're the bad traits.
Right.
It's just who you are. And you have to be able to, be flexible and are aware of that to help you accomplish your goals.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. So community is big to you. Like you mentioned before, you worked for a nonprofit. Is that correct?
I worked for a corporation
Okay.
in their community engagement department. So I interacted externally with the community with a number of nonprofits and local schools. So Pinellas, Hillsborough County, very heavily there with nonprofits and schools.
Okay.
And then in addition to that, I also have 2 kids in Pinellas County schools. And so I got really involved in the PTA, Parent Teacher Association, at Sutherland Elementary. So right up here on Belcher, and doing all of that, using the photography as a service, right? So they've got a social media page. They've got all these, we've got our website. And so it's really great to have high quality photos there so that people can see all the fun things happening. And so I donated a ton of time and effort doing that. In the photo business prior to being full-time doing this, I would just do it. I would do fundraisers where if someone was going through some really heavy stuff in life, and a lot of time the last 2 fundraisers were people going through like childhood leukemia or like a friend of ours had cancer. And so we just did a day where we did photo sessions and just handed them cash at the end of the day. And so like that stuff like that, really enjoy. Again, then everybody kind of is happy because they got to give to a good cause, and there was a value proposition for those folks who donated. And again, I got to feel good doing something good. And so people, right? And so yes, that is where I love the community service piece, because you're giving back, you're getting, positivity, and you're really growing in that way in the community. So joined the Palm Harbor Chamber. I see that we've got some nonprofit interaction there. And so again, with my corporate background piece, I've been talking to Dean over there to try and see if we can maybe expand that a little bit. And I know we don't have a huge amount of these nonprofits in Palm Harbor, but maybe creating some sort of network or other ways to be of service to them instead of 40 different people doing 40 different things to try and be of service. Right.
So kind of connecting all these nonprofits.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. That's cool.
Or connecting the business community even a little bit more, as a vehicle to help them succeed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's, I've had Jenny with Palm Harbor Cares on.
She's great.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. And her experience and with nonprofits and stuff too is pretty incredible. Like what she's
speaking
done.
of full-time jobs. Yeah. I think that is, community service. So my headshot that I submitted to you, it's just a funny one. But I was awarded with the PTA Volunteer of the Year this year for all Pinellas County. So that was one piece I wanted to share.
Congrats.
That with all of the donation of time and photos and effort and all of the other PTA stuff I did, that was just kind of a fun one. Like it was a surprise. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And again, just it's fun. I really enjoy it and expect nothing most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you I was going to ask you what you enjoy about the community service piece, but I think it's the people, right? And that's what it comes down to for you. What is, I think for your personality, I think this would be a good question, like time management, like running your own business, right? There's not really any structure there. right? When you're running your own business, right?
Right.
You have to create your own structure. So is time management, is that a challenging piece for you?
Absolutely is. I think I'm probably undiagnosed ADD and need to probably talk to somebody or get on medicine. I'm just being honest. And so I've found that I get distracted easily. So
Yeah.
yeah, time management is tough. So I
Yeah.
have the editing, shooting. Like I love the shooting and selling. That is where I thrive. The interacting. Let's do it. Let's go shoot.
Yeah.
And then we have fun. We take the photos. We're creative. We have all this awesome time. We create all these beautiful images and I show it to them. And then, prior to that is marketing, right?
Yeah.
Marketing and strategizing and putting together dates and shoots, whether it be like mini sessions or trying to just get lead generation. That is all painful for me, trying to figure that out. So I shake hands, I meet the person, then we start texting
You're
or
good.
emailing. Pretty good, right?
Okay.
But getting over that hurdle, I think that's tough for everybody. I think people spend millions of dollars on lead generation.
Yeah.
But that is one piece. And then, sometimes it's closing the deal. It's like we shot the photos, I send you the thing and I send you the link and then let's close the deal and make the sale. Those are two things I'm trying to get better at because they do require time and attention and focus. And, I've got the 2 kids and we like to go and play and we're golf carting around Palm Harbor all the time and doing, la-di-da, having a ton of fun. And then I got to go do work. Yeah. So those are the challenges for me.
What are some things that have worked for you to kind of help you manage your time? I think time management is hard for most people, right? Especially now with so many distractions in our cell phones, right? In our pockets, right? I know for me, it's the same thing. It's, there's, especially I think running a business, right? Where you're the sole person, you're a solopreneur and you're, doing the marketing, you're doing the sales, you're doing the back end finance and all that kind of stuff. So it's hard. So what's worked for you? Like if there's any like tips or any advice?
Sure. So a couple of things. One is, using some software, some tools. Some I've tried some project management stuff. Then I lost interest and got distracted. But as far as the selling piece, I have started using some different websites and some different tools there so that those kind of help me close deals a little bit. It's less personal, so it doesn't feel as good sometimes. And then marketing, trying to schedule some social media posts and do some boosted stuff. So I'm not having to do my own CRM. So those type of things have helped. I have to use my calendar. I'm a Google user, Gmail suite. And so I have to, it's gotta be on the calendar. Otherwise it doesn't exist.
Forget about it. Yeah.
And so I use that pretty regularly. Probably could get better with like the checklist. I don't use that enough, but the calendar is the checklist. I'll block off time and put some time in on that. And then, get up to get a snack and hopefully come back and go back to that task. And so, the calendar though is really important for that. For sure.
That's key. I've messed around with different time management tools and that sort of before too, but the calendar I think is the one thing that it has to be on the calendar. Yeah. Right. And I've dabbled in like time blocking, like every minute of my day. Yeah. I'm like every 15-minute block.
Spend an hour doing that.
Once a every week, Sunday or something like that. I'm like, I don't want to do that on Sundays. Right. So now I just time block like those major things where like I have to be somewhere or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Well, cool. So when you're not, serving the community or photographing families and that sort of stuff, what do you enjoy doing?
So I love fishing. And I've gotten the kids tolerate that, especially when the fish are biting. Yeah. My parents live in town here. They moved to town 5 years ago and they've got a neat house on Lake Tarpon. So we'll take the kids and go boating and they enjoy tubing behind the boat now. They're both brave enough to do it. But at my house, we got a golf cart. We just upgraded the golf cart this year. And so we'll load up on that, take friends out, go cruise around, go to Pop Stancil and just kick around in Palm Harbor, Arizona and just enjoy spending that time with the family. But, kite flying, I don't know. That's fun too. Oh, yeah. It's windy enough. Yeah. Yeah.
My daughter we just got a kite for my daughter the other day, just like one of the cheap kites, whatever. But it was her first kite and she was loving
magical.
it. Yeah.
Hey, listen, the physics behind it is amazing. It's so fun. Yeah, absolutely. There's a whole lot you can learn from it too. Right. That's cool. The 3-year-old, right? 3-year-old. Everything's cool when you're 3.
Oh my gosh. That's
awesome.
Yeah. It was so fun. And then golf carting around Palm Harbor.
We love that. Yeah. So we live just not too far from downtown. We can get to downtown on it. We can cross over to Ozona.
Arizona.
They need it. They need to build a crossover so we can get to like Dunedin. That would be great
Yeah.
from Palm Harbor.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You know, we have some friends who I think you interviewed Mangoes and Marley a while
Yeah.
back, Nina and
Yeah.
Graham. So would love to get to Mangoes and Marley on the golf cart
Right.
from Palm Harbor and go see them more often. But you know, not that
Yeah.
our car doesn't work, but the golf cart's just so much more fun.
It's more, yeah. We rented a golf cart because we're like just outside of the like the zone area,
Landlocked a
but
little
we
bit.
can cross like Tampa Road and get
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah.
So, and
Unofficially, safely and
yeah,
unofficially.
unofficially,
Yeah.
yeah. We're not supposed to cross
Yeah,
Tampa Road.
No, I know.
But it was so fun.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
It's a
And like
different
cruise
way-
down to
different
Ozona,
way to
watch a
travel.
sunset, whatever,
Totally.
you know. Yeah.
Totally. Absolutely.
So buy a golf cart.
Absolutely.
If you're thinking about buying a
Just
golf
do
cart,
it.
just do it.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
it's worth
You're
it.
gonna love it.
Will, thank you so much for being here. How can people find you and get a hold of you if they want some photos?
Absolutely. So willmillerphoto.com and Will Miller Photo on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We've been making some TikToks trying to be again, expand their creativity, be a little bit trendy, but it's Will Miller Photo across the board at WGM for photo and Will at willmillerphoto.com. It's pretty consistent. I paid for all those domains and we've kept them pretty consistent.
You got them all. There you go. And we'll link everything in the description below so they can catch you there. So thank you.
Hey, thanks for sticking with me and getting me here, Donnie. I appreciate you.
For sure.
Thanks.